Have you ever heard a song that just instantly makes you feel better? A song that speaks of peace, love, and unity. Chances are, you might be thinking of a Bob Marley tune. Today, we've re-diving deep into the life of the man who took reggae from the streets of Jamaica to the global stage, the legendary Robert Nesta Marley. This isn't just a story about a musician, it's a story about a cultural icon, a revolutionary, and a voice for the voiceless. So, sit back, relax, and let's explore the incredible journey of Bob Marley. Bob Marley was born on February 6, 1945, in a small rural village in Jamaica called 9 Mile. His father was a white British naval captain, and his mother was a young black Jamaican woman. This mixed heritage placed Bob in a unique position in Jamaican society, often feeling like an outsider in both communities. But it was this very experience that shaped his worldview and fueled his powerful messages of unity and one love. From a very young age, Bob was drawn to music. He grew up surrounded by the sounds of Jamaica, the vibrant rhythms of ska, and the soulful melodies of rocksteady, the precursors to reggae. He and his childhood friend, Neva Livingston, who would later be known as Bunny Wailer, spent countless hours honing their vocal harmonies, dreaming of a life beyond the poverty of their surroundings. Their passion for music was their escape, their hope, and their destiny. In the early 1960s, a teenage Bob Marley moved with his mother to Trenchtown, a tough government housing project in Kingston. Trenchtown was a crucible of creativity and struggle. It was here that Bob Marley, Bunny Wailer, and another talented musician, Peter Tosh, formed a group. They called themselves the Wailing Wailers, a name that reflected the hardships of their environment. They were mentored by Jamaican music pioneers like Joe Higgs, who taught them the art of songwriting and harmony. Their early music was a mix of ska and rocksteady, and they quickly became local stars. They recorded their first single, Simmer Down, in 1963. The song was a call for peace among the warring rude boy gangs of Kingston, and it became an instant #1 hit in Jamaica, staying at the top of the charts for 2 months. This was the first taste of success, the first sign that their music had the power to not just entertain, but to influence society. The Wailers were on their way. The late 1960s and early 70s were a transformative period for the Wailers. Their sound evolved, slowing down the tempo of rocksteady and placing more emphasis on the bass and drums. This new sound was raw, spiritual, and deeply rooted in the Rastafarian faith. This was the birth of reggae. In 1972, they caught the attention of Chris Blackwell, the founder of Island Records. Blackwell saw something unique in them. He didn't want to market them as a singles band, like most Jamaican acts. He saw them as a self-contained rock band, an album-oriented group. He gave them an advance to record an album, something unheard of for a reggae band at the time. The result was 1973's Catch a Fire. It was polished for an international audience, but retained its raw Jamaican soul. It wasn't an immediate commercial smash, but it was a critical success. It introduced the world to this new, hypnotic sound. Later that same year, Tay released Burnain, an album that included the iconic tracks Get Up, Stand Up, and I Shot the Sheriff. When Eric Clapton covered I Shot the Sheriff, and it became a #1 hit in the US, the world's attention turned firmly towards Bob Marley and the Wailers. The mid-1970s marked Bob Marley's ascension to global success. After Bunny Wailer and Peter Tosh left to pursue solo careers, the group was rebranded as Bob Marley and the Wailers, with a new lineup including the I-Threes, a female vocal trio featuring his wife, Rita Marley. Marley's music, more layered dimension. The 1977 album, Exodus, was his international breakthrough. Time magazine would later name it the album of the century. Released while Marley was in exile in London after an assassination attempt in Jamaica, the album was a masterpiece. One side was filled with political and religious anthems like Exodus and the Heathen, while the other side was a collection of songs about love and peace, including Jamming, Waiting in Vain, and the timeless anthem, One Love People Get Ready. Bob Marley was no longer just a reggae singer. He was a global ambassador for peace, love, and the struggles of the oppressed. His concerts were more than just musical events. They were spiritual gatherings, drawing massive, diverse crowds all over the world. Beyond the music, Bob Marley was a powerful symbol of resistance and liberation. His lyrics weren't just catchy. They were profound messages of political and social consciousness. Songs like Get Up, Stand Up became anthems for human rights movements worldwide. War took its lyrics directly from a speech by Ethiopian Emperor Haile Selassie, a key figure in Rastafarianism, creating a powerful plea for an end to racial discrimination. In 1978, Marley returned to Jamaica for the One Love Peace concert, a historic event aimed at quelling the political violence that was tearing the country apart. In a now legendary moment, he brought the two rival political leaders, Michael Manley and Edward Seaga, on stage, and joined their hands together, a symbolic gesture of unity that resonated across the nation and the world. He believed in the power of music to heal, to unite, and to create change. He was a revolutionary with a guitar, a prophet with a microphone. For all his messages of life and vitality, Bob Marley's own life was tragically cut short. In 1977, during a game of football, he injured his toe. Doctors discovered a malignant melanoma, a form of skin cancer, under the nail. They recommended amputating the toe, but Marley refused for religious reasons, as Rastafarian beliefs state that the body must be whole. He continued to tour and record relentlessly, even as the cancer spread. His final studio album, Uprising, released in 1980, was a testament to his enduring spirit, featuring one of his most powerful and poignant songs, Redemption Song. With just his voice and an acoustic guitar, he sang, "Emancipate yourselves from mental slavery. None but ourselves can free our minds." It was his final sermon. While on tour in 1980, he collapsed while jogging in Central Park. The cancer had spread to his brain, lungs, and liver. Bob Marley passed away in a Miami hospital on May 11, 1981. He was only 36 years old. The world mourned the loss of a musical giant. Though his life was brief, Bob Marley's legacy is immeasurable and eternal. His music has sold over 75 million records worldwide, but his impact goes far beyond numbers. He gave a voice to the marginalized, brought a spiritual and political consciousness to mainstream music, and introduced the world to the culture and struggles of Jamaica. His face is one of the most recognizable on the planet, a universal symbol of peace, freedom, and rebellion against oppression. Decades after his passing, his songs are still played on the radio, at protests, in cafes, and at beach parties. Songs like Three Little Birds continue to reassure us that every little thing is gone, be alright. No Woman, No Cry remains a comforting ballad of hope. And One Love is the world's unofficial anthem for unity. Bob Marley proved that a man from a small island with a powerful message could truly change the world. His music is not just something you listen to. It's something you feel. It's a vibration, a spirit, a legacy that will live on forever. Thank you so much for joining me on this journey through the life of the one and only Bob Marley. His story is a powerful reminder of the impact one person can have. If you enjoyed this video and want to explore more stories of cultural icons, please hit that like button. And don't forget to subscribe to the channel and ring the notification bell so you won't miss our next video. We love hearing from you, so drop a comment below with your favorite Bob Marley song or a memory you have connected to his music. Until next time, stay positive and spread the love.